Donndilla the Great, and I'm a hip-hop recording artist and host of the new hip-hop TV show called The Corners. On this episode, this is part 2 to getting to know the local legends. I thought I'd open this up with a little video of some new stuff I've been working on. This is a Tony C beat, so I just wanted to see what y'all think about this, alright? Get back to y'all later. I done done some things in my life I ain't proud of. Did some people wrong and it's been on my mind. If you really knew me then, you should know that all the pain I caused you, it hurt me inside. I don't even talk to my mom, but I miss all my friends who mama died. Say I'm tripping. I don't know, I guess I am. But hold up, she don't respect me as a man. How could she, bruh? She had to raise me and my brothers on her own. She had to do, but he was messing up a broken home. We lived in the projects, Cabrini Green. I needed a man in my life. Nah, I mean, it was hard for me. Dad tried his best though. He said he gave it to God, then he let it go. Now I can see all the days when I felt all alone. It was God the whole time, carried me on. I love you, Mom. I know I caused some pain, a little strange, but hey, that's the part of the game. You raised me well. I treat my lady right, respect all of my elders, and I ain't the rowdy type. I'm kind to my brothers, but it's tough love. They don't like me now for it, but they gon' love me for it. Now it's all up to me and you. I know you're sorry though. I want to say I'm sorry too. So, what did you think when I put Momtown Hustlers together?
I thought you had some hella ambition and motivation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, that's just all I can say right there. Motivation and ambition. Ambition is a real gas pusher to music. Ambition, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I thought you had that.
Well, I thought you was a local Eazy-E. Being young like I was,
right.
I thought you was a local Eazy-E. Had your record label. You had a clique of cats that you all grew up, not necessarily grew up with, but y'all clicked up. Hood cats, street figures, you know what I'm saying, and y'all had it all sold up. And I was just a young rapper. I wasn't into music business, you know what I'm saying. You was into music business.
When I started Momtown Hustlers, when I got here to Lawrence in '92. Now the group didn't start taking off because I started getting other members in the group that was kind of pushing me forward more. You know, like Perry. You know, when I met Perry, Perry was a hype man for a man called Life, who was signed to Style House Records, D. Alexander's label, and Mac Man was on that label too. But anyway, I hooked up with Life. Life got with me. Then plus I had some other singers like Josh, Eric, and Sean, you know what I'm saying, who stayed with me, you know what I'm saying, until I was able to get up and going. At the meantime, I had met Icy Rock through Will the Weirdo. So I had started going to work with Icy Rock, and that's when I was able to see how music was really made. Now I had learned from Titan because we had went in the studio, but back then they were using reel to reel. But this time when I went with Icy Rock, they was using ADATs and stuff like that. But anyway, I got with Rock, and then I started putting music together, you know. And then that's when the deal with Robert and them really was sealed, because I had started putting music together already.
I mean, hey, somebody told me this is the shit, and hell, I wanted to be a part of it because the way you were so inspired by it, you know what I'm saying? You was inspired by the record I got my rappers. I heard what y'all was doing. I'm like, shit, I'ma join. And anytime when brothers come together in a positive manner, I'm with that. Or getting some money, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying?
The very first time I met you, we was talking about a record deal, brother. You already had your thing going and everything. You was finna put me on. If things would have worked out that way.
Yeah.
You was finna put me on. You, Rob, everybody brought me to the spot. This is Maurice. He got the record label. You broke it all down to me, but I wasn't ready.
Do you remember how it is I started Weight Records?
No.
Oh, okay. You never heard
And if
the deal between Rob and us?
Yeah, if I did, it don't mean to be on the camera. If I really believe between the whatever.
What do you remember the deal we had between me and your crew? First of all, tell me who the crew was. Tell everybody who the crew was when we say the crew. Okay. You know.
That's the crew.
Okay.
You got Rob,
right?
Man, Wayne,
okay,
D,
right,
Damien,
and
of course the boy.
All right,
Gangs.
all right.
I guess it's been around 95, 96. I'd say closer to 95. But me and my circle of friends, you know, we were into a lot of things. You know what I mean? Some good, some bad. You know what I mean? We were just young teenagers, but we had a lot of money, you know, and we were looking for something to do with that money. And actually at the time we were taking different ideas, you know. I mean, it was going to be either, you know, this or that, you know what I mean. Thank God it was this and not that. This being, you know, this guy comes in I had never met before, you know what I mean, and he has this proposal, 4 pages, 5 pages, I forgot what it was, you know, but it broke down from start to finish how to produce, manufacture, and distribute an album. I'd never seen nothing like that. I mean, I always wanted to be in the game, but, you know, that was just kind of like a wish that I thought was impossible, you know, being where I was at. We're right here in Kansas with, you know, but after I read the proposal, it blew me away. Like, I was really amazed. It seemed more attainable than it had before. So I talked to the fellas and basically told them, like, we're doing this. I'm not going over here with that. So, you know, I guess, as they say, the rest will be history, you know. I mean, okay. We went on forward with the plan, and, you know, like I said, here we are today.
Okay. So what did you think of me when you first, like, saw me? Did you think, like, damn, this is a wild dude? Or was it the music that made you get involved with me more? Or was it the business part aspect of it?
The music didn't have anything to do with it, because at that point the music was just, you know, it was a consequence. It was the product, you know what I mean? But being a businessman at 18 years old, you know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like you had all your eggs in line, you know what I mean? Like, everything was in line as far as knowing what you wanted to do, knowing where you wanted to go. You know, first time I met a producer was through that, you know what I mean? Like, first time I've been in the studio was through that experience. So it was all of those things coming together, like a chance to actually learn a new profession and be something other than what I was, you know what I mean? So that's really what did it. The music was just, you know, a consequence of the work that we were doing.
Okay, so to elaborate more, you kind of felt that I was more business headed to be able to guide us in a direction?
Absolutely. It just, at 18, when somebody has a plan, you know what I mean, where you're thinking that this is impossible, and somebody shows up and has the blueprint to how to do it, you know what I mean, like, that was overwhelming to me. Like, I was really impressed with just that.
Tell you what, how did you feel when we found out that Moji Entertainment wasn't going to fall through with what the deal they say they was going to fall through with us?
I got a story about that, man.
Thank you.
Because you remember me and Wayne went down there one time to pay that dude a payment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We went down there, and I'm talking about it, at the time it had to been about 5-10 grand. It you know, it was a significant payment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we go down there, you know, meet with this Allen dude. You know what I mean? He got his office. You know, there's posters of other projects that they supposedly working on, and there's people running through the office. We go back to his office, you know, he got the big nice meeting room, the big nice desk, and we're like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Okay.
You know? As soon as we get in the offices, he pulls a gun, a pistol out the thing, and sets it on the table. I'm like, oh, you ain't here for that. You know what I mean? Like, what you doing, brother? You know, look at his way, you know. I guess he was trying to make the point, you know what I mean? Well, I ain't to be played with if y'all here to be messing around, you know what I mean? So we get it, dude, the money. Had a little meeting that we're supposed to have. It's a Friday night. We're only there till Sunday. He's been talking to us. Oh, I'm gonna take y'all out. I'm gonna do blah 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 blah. So we sat at the hotel room all night Friday. No call. Waited all day Saturday. I mean, I think there was a little piece of business we had to tie up or something.
Right.
All day Saturday, no answer, no call back. Sunday we pull up at that office and it's empty. It ain't a desk in there. It ain't a poster, a stick-up pen. It ain't nothing in there. So that's what I remember about that. I just remember thinking to myself, this dude, it's crazy.
And you know what? Now that you say that, I think I remember you did go down there with Wayne, and you came back and you came straight to my crib, and you was like, "Hey Reese, hey man, something wrong."
Yeah.
You know, but I had left that part of the business because I let Wayne be the vice president, Robert be the president, so I could go and be an artist. You know, and I felt that they had supposed to made better decisions on that. I gave them the contact. You know, you follow through with the rest.
You know, Rob, like, he never could let that go. Like, he never could let it go. I'm talking about, it might have been 6-7 years later, and he's still talking about it. He's still making plans on going and getting that money.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like, cause dude, that's the only time out of everything I've done, you know what I'm saying, on the streets or whatever, that's the only time I ever been robbed, man.
Right, you know, exactly.
In the game.
Exactly.
You know
we got robbed in the game, and I just want to elaborate that, you know, I was telling y'all, you know, I just remember telling y'all, look, man, if we go on and put this money into this, you know what I'm saying, and make this step with going to a record company and getting distribution, I believe we can make it and we won't have to be on the streets no more. And after it didn't happen, bro, you know what I'm saying, to honestly tell you the truth, I went through suicidal depression.
Yeah.
Okay. What made the deal go sour with Wake Records? First of all, I had put together a promotion and distribution deal with this company called Moji Entertainment out of Atlanta, with this guy named Alan Richardson. Now, Alan Richardson pulled us in, and this is one thing I had learned in music too. You know what I'm saying? When I was talking to the dude and he was telling me how much it was going to cost, I knew at that time I really couldn't afford that. I really didn't know much about the music business, so I really didn't want to get into it. But the dude appealed to me. He was like, "Oh man, we brothers, you know, we black brothers," you know what I'm saying? But he took me, you know, and he took us, you know. We seen signs coming, but we didn't get the lawyers and do what we supposed to did, you know, to get that. And anyway, everybody went their own separate ways because Alex, they didn't honor their deal, you know, that we signed with the company, you know. And one of the mistakes I had made is I had signed myself to them, you know. So I've learned since then, but I couldn't release no product. I went to prison, took advantage of the prison system, you know. I went to all different type of classes in order to work on myself and work on my core beliefs, and then that helped me to notice that I had a mental problem, really, you know what I'm saying. And in the black community, that's taboo. So anyway, you know, I went and started talking to psychiatrists and stuff, and they was able to lay stuff out for me. Once I was able to see that, what I did was I started working on my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? That sent me on a spiral. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it hurts.
It hurt.
You know?
It hurt, man, especially because at the time you couldn't tell us that we wasn't about to go platinum
Exactly.
and win a Grammy and be
man.
off of the streets.
You know?
That, even though we were knuckleheads, so to speak, you know what I mean? Like, we always looked towards the horizon, like towards better. We always wanted off of these streets.
Right.
And we thought that was going to be the way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't a producer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I had never made a beat in my life. I didn't even know how to do it. Like, I wasn't the guy that I am today. At the time, when it all fell through, it was just like, well, I know a little bit. I read a couple books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think I might be able to do this, or you know what I mean? But it's kind of, you look up and nobody's around no more. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Tom. Thanks for that, man. Now now. Oh, okay. I got two other questions. What do you think? No, I really don't think we have to ask that question. One of them I do. What do you think my weakness was in music that I didn't get us there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel he messed that one up?
I
You know?
really don't. When I think about those times, I don't put the blame on anybody. Like, it's just, I just chalk it up to being young and naive and having the best intentions. Everybody had the best intentions, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think, musically, I don't think that was the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was the album that didn't do nothing, because the album was hot. You know what I mean? Now, it wasn't necessarily the type of shit that I would have played
Right.
if I was just at my house, you know what I mean? But for the game, the album was hot. People hadn't heard nothing like that before. So as far as why it fell apart, I believe more or less that we just all kind of went our separate ways. And it wasn't one person to blame for any of that, man. I mean, you know, with Rob, you'll put a lot of money into that, you know what I mean? And, you know, that kind of hurt him. He's embarrassed. He can't go back to his mom, you know what I mean? We thought we was getting up out of here with this, you know what I mean? So everybody going their own separate ways is what brought forth the demise of that situation, in my opinion. I don't blame it on any one person, you know what I mean?
You know what? To break it all down, I would totally agree with you. You know, because we could have went and got that money legally, you know.
But we wasn't on no legal, nobody want to get it back legal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to get it back legal.
We
You know.
had never been took before, man, and you know, it was really, honestly, it was a situation where, you know what I mean, we better sit down for somebody really.
You know. Do you remember how much money it was?
What, with Allen? How much he ended up taking?
Yeah. Or we let him take?
About, let me get one of them, about 15, 25 grand?
Yep. Another question. Who do you think, in your eyes, laid the foundation for Lawrence hip hop to spark off?
In my eyes?
Yes.
I would say Maurice, you. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's how I always felt. You know what I mean? Because until I read that proposal, I didn't know nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know how I was going to get into it or what. So if you're going to ask me one specific person that has the most to do with it, I'm going to say Maurice. Artist-wise, but you know what I mean? Besides that, the dude that kept it going for the longest was G. You know what I'm saying? GQ, when he had that first tape,
Right.
it was like, you know, to me, that's the first classic that we got in this town. I don't know if y'all can ever hear it. I don't know if you can get G to get a copy. But if you ever get a chance to hear that first GQ tape, listen to that. Because that was fire. That was it for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And right now I want to introduce Deuce. He's an artist on my label. As well as Mac is also an artist on my label too, that we're going to be working on. Deuce, come on up. Y'all give him a hand. All right. First, we're going to start off. We're going to give you the same questions that I gave Mac Man Supreme. First of all, you the youngest and the whitest guy in here.
So, how does it feel, man?
Yeah, feels good though. For real.
Right now you in the room with people like Mac Man Supreme, Diamond G, Papa Rich, aka GQ, Casanova. You got Tony C in here. You got Gary from Toss Back Tiles. How does that feel, bro?
Feels good.
Did you hear about any of these rappers when you started rapping?
To be honest, no, I didn't know Lawrence had a lot of people that was interested in music like that. I didn't know they had big names like that, you know. So I'm still kind of getting, you know, I'm still new and I'm still young.
So, how many years you been involved in the music?
I'd say, I've been rapping for about 6 years, so I've just started learning about the actual music business about a year ago.
Okay. So there is a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
How old are you again?
19.
I just wanted to point that out so the other youngsters could know that you get in the business and you ain't rich tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
It's work to do, right? Did you ever move away or anything to try to further your music?
No, not really. I mean, I've always moved around in Kansas. I've always been here and there, but you know, I just decided to establish in Lawrence. I like Lawrence. So.
Okay. I guess I should have asked first what made you get in the music business in the first place? You know, rapping. Why choose rapping?
I just figured that rap is a way to express, you know, what type of thoughts and feelings that you have, you know, that you can't just say, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta write it down. And rapping is just a creative way to write it down. And it's for some people it's a hobby, but for me it's become like an addiction almost. Because it's like writing.
So are you what are you doing in the music business? Is you just rapping? And well, we know you signed a Hood Asylum, but matter of fact, you signed a Hood Asylum. Do you have a project that you're working on?
Yeah, I have a few of them. Well, I got a little bit more than a few of them. We got Thicker Than Thieves, me, Donndilla. And we got Thicker Than Thieves 2 that we're working on again. And I got a solo album called Look At Me Now that I'm still writing.
Before you got hooked up with Hood Asylum, what was you doing before that as far as the music?
I was on the streets for like 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I was just living on the streets, hustling, doing all that. All the stuff I shouldn't be doing, you know.
But what about now? How you doing now?
Now I'm doing the complete opposite, for real. Like,
can you just elaborate for us?
Just working in music. You know, 7 days a week on something, not just wasting my time. You know, going out kicking in with you know, just kicking it with people who don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So, well, I got one last question for you. Now, I asked you to be a part of the local legend movement for the touring. What made you decide to get on? Because you're the only youngster on there with all.
I just feel that I could jump on because I'm into hip hop. So everybody in Lawrence is into hip hop. I can kind of relate to, and I know why they're interested in hip hop.
So you can hang on the track with Casanova and Mac Man Supreme and stuff like that, huh?
I feel that I have the talent that I can.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Well, DUECE, I want to thank you for coming on, man. Mac Man Supreme, I want to thank you for getting on. What we're going to do is we're going to get y'all performances out the way. We're going to step into the lab for the performances, all right?
Give a hand. You think I'm nothing, but you act just like me. Don't like my swagger, but you're trying to be like me. The way you walk, the way you talk, just like me. Just like me. Just like me. I see you hating, but you mad, cause you ain't me. You say I'm soft, but if I'm soft, you ain't saying me. I ring with real G's, spoke with hustlers and some more. I wanted that girl that pays money wrong, they know what for. and it's a pity. I never want to be like this, but this right here, the hand I was dealt. I did what I had to survive on these here streets myself. I almost lost my life on twice. Gang banging, they tried to do me in, but I did not ashamed, man. And now I'm doing better than them, homie. Maintaining a major factor in Kansas, and homie, I ain't playing. Brought all my homies together, they call us local legends. We in the LK all day, every day, trying to get the cheddar. We like the strange music, Rich the Factor and Ron. Stick figure, heavyweights and boy, big boy. You think I'm nothing, but you act just like me. Don't like my swagger, but you're trying to be like me. The way you walk, the way you talk, just like me. Just like me. Just like me.
You think I'm nothing, but you act
just like me.
But I know I'm something, and in fact I
might be
a living legend in your presence.
It's likely,
but you just
like me.
I'm just following
my dreams.
Tell them we restless when we get up on the mic, we will wreck it. And I don't know why they requesting other rappers who whack it to step in, cause they saying that we back, but we been back stacking this rap, and we been on rapping. This just a little bit different, but this is something that anyone can do. Lifestyle some anyone can choose. See, just like me, you see, we both dress in a white tee and jeans and come from the same parts of different here with the same chords, but mine's all with kings, you see, and that's all they ever really seem to be. And please believe that we ain't going nowhere, and so we in these streets, but colder than any breeze, and that's by any means. Just look at my enemies, it's like I'm taking their energy. You say I'm like you, and I say I'm like Duke, so they say you gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. You think I'm nothing, but you act just like me. Don't like my swagger, but you're trying to be like me. The way you walk, the way you talk, just like me. Just like me. Just like me.
They looking at me like how was nigga still bustin'. I'm looking at them like, man, I can keep it real bustin'. They talking about they bamming, and they done earned stripes with a click. They on the left, but when they by themselves, they turn right. I ain't never been a fake like that at all. Keep it real, I don't need no pad at all. I done had it, y'all. I'm the baddest, y'all. About to bounce these round like a basketball. I'ma put it down, push it down. This nigga be pushed around. When it comes to the mic, my flows is hot. Every rhyme I spit out blows the top. Top notch, I ain't never gonna stop or drop. I'm a cream of the crop and I got my prop. I'm a natural ripper, but my name ain't Jack. The only way that I differ with my name is Mac. And I be murdering tracks back to back, taking all of my penalties after that. If y'all trying to top Mac, I ain't having that. If I was having that, y'all can have the track. With the Mac, like to keep us on swag up in this. That's the reason that you never see me dragging in this. I ain't really got time to be dragging in this spitfire. Man, I'm a dragon in this, and I put it down like I'm supposed to hold it. Kicking those when they supposed to close it. I'm the coldest, in case y'all didn't know